When someone betrays a Sigma male, it can feel like a cold winter day in the middle of summer. All the warmth and happiness that once filled his heart is now gone, replaced by an icy emptiness that can sometimes be hard to overcome. Sigma males are known for their strength and resilience, but even they have their limits. When someone they trust betrays them, it can break them down both emotionally and mentally. Here are 10 things that happen when a Sigma male is betrayed. 1. Betrayal becomes their motivation. The Sigma male's natural ambition may be amplified after being betrayed. They will be driven to succeed and do whatever it takes to achieve their goals. This can be a good or bad thing, depending on how the Sigma channels his energy. He uses his ambition for positive purposes so they can achieve great things. This can be a great motivator, but it can also lead to obsessive and unhealthy behaviors. They may also become more determined to help others who have been betrayed, so they don't have to endure the same pain and suffering. Sigma men need to find a balance between their ambition and their mental health. Otherwise, they may start to burn out and become consumed by their need to succeed. They may take on more challenging projects and goals just to prove to themselves that they are still capable of achieving great things. 2. They go into reflective mode. When they do feel betrayed by someone, they often go into a reflective mode. They want to analyze the situation and uncover why this occurred, hoping to prevent it in the future. This can be more stressful than it is good, since the answers may be more emotional than logical. When the Sigma male is betrayed too many times by someone, they are likely to try and cut them out of their lives, but this can be a process for them. When they have already connected with someone, it is much more difficult for them to disconnect than people might realize. They might not end these relationships right away, but they will remove their loyalty from the equation and become more focused on themselves and do what they please. While this may seem selfish, it is often what the Sigma male needs to do in order to protect himself from being hurt again. They will also put more effort into their own happiness and well-being. This may include traveling, exploring new hobbies, and finding ways to connect with themselves on a deeper level. 3. They may have a hard time forgiving. Sigma men are known for their forgiving nature, but even they have their limits. When someone betrays them, it can be hard to forgive and move on. They may try to rationalize what happened and tell themselves they deserve better, but it's not always easy to let go of the hurt. Forgiving someone who has betrayed you is not easy, but it's something that Sigma males will eventually have to do if they want to move on with their lives. Otherwise, the resentment and bitterness will eat away at them until there's nothing left. 4. They reassess their relationships. They will take a step back and reassess their relationships. They will analyze each one and decide if it's worth keeping or is time to let it go. This process can be painful, but it's necessary for Sigma to do in order to move on from what happened. They may realize that some of their relationships were not as healthy as they thought and that it's time to let them go. This doesn't mean that they are never able to form close relationships again, it just means that they will be more selective about who they allow into their lives. 5. They will never forget what happened. Sigma males have an incredible memory. They remember every little detail, no matter how insignificant it may seem. This is both a good and bad thing. While it's helpful for things like work or school, it can also be painful when it comes to remembering past hurts. When a Sigma man is betrayed, they will never forget what happened. The person who betrayed them will be burned into their memory forever. They may even find themselves obsessing over what happened, especially if they can't figure out why it happened in the first place. 6. They will become suspicious of everyone. Once a Sigma has been betrayed, they will become suspicious of everyone. They will no longer trust anyone and will always be looking for signs that someone is going to hurt them. This can make it hard for them to form new relationships or even keep the ones they have. It's not that they don't want to trust people, it's just that they can't help but be cautious after what happened. They may start to see the world in a different light, and it can be hard for them to see the good in people. It's not that they are paranoid, it's just that they are not willing to take any chances after they've been burned. Sigma males are skeptical people by nature, but after being betrayed, they will be even more so. 7. They will become more guarded. Sigma males will become more guarded and protective of themselves. They may no longer share their feelings or thoughts with others for fear that it will be used against them. They will build up emotional walls to protect themselves from being hurt again. This doesn't mean that they will become cold and heartless, they just won't be as trusting or open as they once were. Letting people in again will take time and patience, but it is possible. While they may seem distant and aloof, they are still capable of forming deep and meaningful relationships. Even after being betrayed, Sigma men can still find love and companionship, they just might be a little more cautious about it. 8. They may lose interest in the things they once enjoyed. They may find that their hobbies and interests no longer bring them the same happiness and fulfillment as they did before. This can be a difficult adjustment to make, but it's something that all Sigma males will eventually have to come to terms with. It's not that they don't enjoy the same things as before, it's just that the betrayal has left them feeling empty and numb. They may need to find new hobbies and interests to help them move on from what happened. 9. They become distant and withdrawn. When a Sigma male is betrayed, they will often become distant and withdrawn from those around them. They may start isolating themselves and pushing people away, even those they were once close to. While they may be hurt and upset, they will try to hide it from the world. Even if they do reach out for help, it will be on their terms and in their own time. Being betrayed can make them lose faith in people and feel like they can't trust anyone. It's not easy for them to let people in again after they've been hurt like that. They may seem like they have a wall up, but it's just their way of protecting themselves, and to be honest, can you blame them? 10. They will become more independent. Sigma males are already independent people, but after being betrayed they will become even more so. They may start to distance themselves from those around them and focus on their own needs and wants. They will become more self-reliant and self-sufficient. This isn't necessarily a bad thing, but it can be if the Sigma man starts to isolate themselves from the world. They need to find a balance between independence and interdependence, otherwise they may begin to feel like they are on their own island.